Madam Mayor and Consort, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the magnificent St Wilfrid's Church here in Standish and the final of the Wigan Young Musician of the Year competition 2024. This is the grand final of a competition which began in March when we opened up applications for musicians to send in recordings of their performances. These many recordings were listened to by selected music service teachers and the music service senior team. And tonight, finalists have been selected from the very best of these submissions. Tonight, we'll be hearing from just a small handful of the thousands of pupils that Wigan Music Service works with on a weekly basis through our instrumental and curriculum support programmes. All tonight's performers are going to be winners. Not only did they win through to tonight's final, they also had the courage to enter the competition in the first place. And they wouldn't have done that if they hadn't made a huge dedication and commitment to learning to play their instruments over a number of years. And so tonight it's the opportunity to perform in this formal setting and indeed the learning process and preparation therein, which is the most important aspect of the evening. But it is a competition, and tonight there will be 3 winners, one from each of our categories: entry, intermediate and advanced. The people with the unenviable task of making those decisions will be our independent and impartial judges. We're delighted to welcome back Tom Redmond and Keith Orrell. Tom is Director of Music at the prestigious Chetham School of Music in Manchester. And Keith needs no introduction here in Wigan, but he certainly deserves one, because prior to his retirement, he was our vocal lead here at the music service and the force behind the legendary Let's Sing events in which so many children took part over so many years. Our adjudicators, please welcome them. Some of our trophies for this event are named in memory of people who meant a great deal to our music service. And we're grateful to the family of the late Brian Yates for being with us this evening. This event has been supported for many years by John O'Neill and his late wife Barbara O'Neill. And 2 years ago we rededicated our entry-level competition trophy to Barbara's memory. Finally, we are especially pleased this year to welcome a number of head teachers and heads of music from schools around the borough who have come to support their pupils. Thank you to all of you who've joined us at this very busy time of year. One small bit of housekeeping: there's only one toilet in the church, and so if you need to visit the toilet at the interval, please use those that are in the parish hall, which is accessed via the car park. And with that out of the way, let's get on and get the evening underway with our entry-level category. Our first performer is Jack Whittingham, who's going to play the alto saxophone. Let's give Jack a warm welcome.
Bye.
Thank you very much, Jack, for getting our evening underway. And now it's time to welcome to play the bassoon, McKinley Glynn. Thank you, McKinley. And now it's time for our only guitarist this evening. Please welcome to play for you, Jessica Martin. Thank you very much, Jessica. And now it's time for our first pianist of the night, and it's the turn of Laura Pastoralis. Thank you, Laura. And this evening you're going to be hearing two tubas, no less. This is the first one. To complete our entry-level section this evening, please welcome Kirill Krasovsky to play the tuba. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the entry-level section of the evening. So let's give a round of applause to all our performers who've come back. And so we continue straight on to the intermediate level competition, and to start that section off, we're going to welcome to play the violin, Theo Arkwright. Thank you, Theo. And now to play the flute, please welcome Eve Morton. Thank you, Eve. Well, staying with the woodwind section, it's time to welcome our second saxophonist, but this time the tenor saxophone. To play for you now, Noah Greenosh. Thanks, Noah. And this is the first time in all the years we've been doing this event now where I think we've had any sibling rivalry in the same category. That's what we've got tonight. So please welcome now the brother of our first performer, Theo, but to play the piano, it's Xander Arkwright. Well, we end the first half with two brass instrument performances, the first of which is going to be the cornet, played by Grace Anderson. Thank you, Grace. And to conclude the playing in the first half of our evening and in the intermediate level part of the competition, to play the trombone, please welcome Isaac Jenkins. Thank you very much, Isaac, and thank you very much to all of our entry and intermediate level competitors. As those intermediate entrants come back into the church, let's give them another round of applause. Thank you, everybody. With the advanced level section of the event. So please welcome to get started to play the violin, Megan Chatterton. Thank you, Megan. We continue with more string play now. We welcome to the stage to play the cello, Isla Arkwright. Programme change for our next item. It's not going to be Prelude number 1 by Debussy, but Arabesque number 1 instead. And to play it, please welcome Zach Benici. Thank you, Zach, and we continue now with more piano music, and so play some Liszt for you. Please welcome Freddie Audley. Thank you, Freddie. And now we will hear from Grace Butcher, who's going to play the first movement from the Sonato for Alto Saxophone by Woods. So let's welcome Grace. Thank you, Grace. Now it's time to welcome our only singer in the competition this evening. So to sing for you, please welcome Isabella Shirley.
Well, as you can see, it's now time to hear from the percussion, and to play the marimba, please welcome Anna Richmond.
And so we come to our final performer in the second half, in the advanced section of the competition. So to play the baritone, please welcome James Little. ladies and gentlemen, that concludes the competitive performances this evening, and whilst our adjudicators make their final deliberations, it gives me great pleasure to welcome back the winner of last year's advanced section, and therefore the 2023 Wigan Young Musician of the Year, Henry Kay. Having graduated our music service, Henry now studies tuba and bass trombone at the Royal Northern College of Music in Manchester. He's a former member of the National Youth Brass Band of Great Britain, and he's very busy playing with almost every brass band in the north of England. Here in Wigan, Henry continues to support a range of our ensembles by coming along to support and inspire some of our youngest players, and also filling in whenever help is needed in our senior groups on trombone and tuba. So, to play the first movement from the Haddad Suite for tuba, please welcome Henry Kay. So just before I invite our adjudicators to say a few words, I'd like to take the opportunity for a few thank yous. And first of all, the hardest working musicians in the room this evening, the people who've had more notes to play than anyone else, of course, I'm talking about our accompanists. And we're very, very lucky that Peter and Carol are residents here in the borough, and they never stop playing the piano for one organisation or another. And we're so grateful that they're always able to come and play for us at the music service. So let's have a round of applause for Carol and Peter. Thank you. I'm sure you'll agree that this splendid and ancient church makes a fantastic setting for this event, and we're very, very grateful once again to Rector Andrew for allowing us to use the church, and for all the other people here who helped to put on the refreshments and build the stage here that they have, and get the piano up and all the little things that we take for granted. They really are fantastic supporters. So let's have a round of applause for everyone here at St. Wilfrid's. Thank you so much. We have some event sponsors, and first of all, we'd like to thank Symphony Music, our local music store, which is on Market Street in the town centre, and they've kindly donated a £50 gift voucher to each of our section winners. So thank you very much to Symphony Music, and they're here tonight. Thank you very much indeed. And we'd like to thank Alderman John O'Neill for his unwavering support of our work at the music service. John and his late wife Barbara established the O'Neill Scholarship, which is awarded to those advanced finalists who are eligible to receive it. And John's support also covers the full costs of running this event and helps us to safeguard it for the future. So John's not able to be with us this evening, unfortunately, but in his absence, I think we should give him a round of applause. So thank you, John. And last but not least in the thank yous, a thank you to this wonderful person here who organises this event single-handedly. A lot has to happen, a lot of communication and behind-the-scenes organisation has to go on for this event to run as smoothly as it does. And so join me in thanking for all that work. Sharon Darby Purcell. So we'd now like to invite all of this evening's performers back up onto the platform to receive their certificates of participation from Sharon. And so let's keep the applause going and welcome back Jack Whittingham, McKinley Glynn, Jessica Martin, Laura Pastoral, Kirill Prozovsky, and in the intermediate competition, Theo Arkwright, Eve Morton, Noah Greenosh, Xander Arkwright, Grace Anderson, Isaac Jenkins, and from the advanced level, Megan Chadderton with 2 Ds, Isla Arkwright, Zach Benici, Freddie Orgley, Grace Butcher, Isabella Shirley, Anna Richmond, and James Upton. Now, before we announce the results, I'm hoping that they are far away. Okay, good, thanks, Sharon. Before we announce the results, I'd like to invite Tom to give us a little bit of feedback on behalf of himself and Keith on the performances they have heard this evening. So, let's welcome to the stage Tom Redmond.
It was lucky we were there. It could have been a long, awkward applause, couldn't it? Do you want me to give you these while I talk a little while? Hang on, just give us a moment. Does that all make sense?
It will. I will check with you.
Well, I hope so. Right. No, thank you. Look, it's really nice to be here, as always, and congratulations to all of you for standing up and doing what you've done. We were just talking about well, actually performance. You know, to sit here and listen to all of you play and then think of something to write down, you know, it's difficult because we want to listen. And so sometimes you might see, it might look like a spider's walked across the page, and that's just my handwriting. Keith's got much nicer handwriting. But one of the things that we both just observed downstairs is give yourself a chance to breathe. Okay, when you come on stage, it was remarkable. Some of you come on, bang, 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 and then you play straight away. Just take a moment, all right? Just to look out, give a little wave, smile if you like, breathe in, and then play. And it gives you a second, doesn't it, to change your mindset from the one where you're sort of pacing at the side. I'm a terrible pacer. I'll be up and down before I go on stage. And then when you get there, you just have this sort of space around you, and you just need to feel that a little bit before you play your first note. So just be aware of that, I think, whenever you come on. But it is a remarkable thing to come onto a platform and play to a room full of, 98% of them strangers, 2% of them probably came with you or drove you here. And it's an amazing thing to be able to express yourself in the way that you have to a room full of people and to bring so much pleasure and joy to everybody who heard you. So thank you from all of us. Thank you very, very much. You are remarkable. I struggle with the idea of music being a competitive thing, that there should be a winner. That doesn't always sit well with me. That's why I don't really like sport. I struggle with that. Maybe it's just because I fell over a lot when I played it. But it's difficult to sort of categorise a performance. But ultimately it comes down to that, is what is a performance? What speaks to a room full of people? And it's just sometimes that extra level of something, of stagecraft, of presence, of delivery that can make a performance stand out a little bit more than another one. It's not necessarily a musical difference or a technical advantage, it's just something about the way someone can be on stage. And that's ultimately what we were both talking about and what we were looking for in the performance. So thank you, all of you, to what you've done. Be proud of what you've done. It is extraordinary. And I hope that you'll go home after this and have a brilliant summer. So I'll get out of the way. Dave, I hope, has deciphered my scrawl. And yeah, thank you.
I'm moving over here so that they can't see what's on this sheet. But before we do any announcements, we're very pleased that we have with us tonight the Mayor and Consort of Wigan Borough. And so we'd like to welcome the Mayor onto the platform, who's going to present the winners with their certificates and with their winning shield. So please welcome to the platform Councillor Debbie Parkinson. And so, on to the results. And the results, first of all, of the entry-level competition. And we have got some optional, highly commended certificates to award. Our adjudicators don't have to give these out, but if they feel as though someone deserves a special recognition, even though they haven't won the top prize, they have acknowledged that with these highly commended awards. And so, they've chosen to give a highly commended certificate to the alto sax player, Jack Whittingham. And the winner of the entry-level competition is the tuba player, Kirill Krasovsky. Moving on now to the intermediate level competition. And the first of two highly commended awards goes to the violinist Theo Arkwright. And the second highly commended award goes to Grace Anderson, the cornet player. And that leaves us with the winner of the intermediate level, and that goes to the flautist, Eve Morton. And so we move to the advanced level part of the night, and again 2 highly commended certificates awarded this evening, the first of which goes to the piano player Freddie Audley. And the second of those highly commended certificates goes to Grace Butcher. And finally, the winner of the advanced level, therefore the Wigan Young Musician of the Year 2024, the winner of the Brian Yates Memorial Shield, and that goes to the percussionist, Anna Richmond. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for all your support throughout the year, for everything we do at the music service. Thank you for supporting these amazing young people. And you can talk among yourselves, but we would just like these to stay here for 1 minute while we just do a little photo, because that's so important that we record this annual event. So talk among yourselves, and thank you so much, and a very good night from all of us. Thank you.